Hello and welcome to TrojanVision's The Week That Was, covering the news and events for the week ending Friday, September 9th, 2022. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Well, Troy University will soon be working on a way to turn hemp into recyclable plastic. The school entered a new partnership on Thursday that will focus on plastics-related research and hemp. Georgia Clark has the story.
Hemp Research is coming to Troy in a new partnership between Troy University and the National Hemp Growers Cooperative. This alliance will be a part of the new Center for Materials and Manufacturing Sciences, which is currently under construction next to Patterson Hall, and will allow Troy students and faculty to research the expanded uses of the hemp plant.
Well, I think they're going to be able to, students are going to be able to see at the very first and be able to understand and show and see how can we really take sustainable, renewable plant matter, biomass that can be grown that not only is sequestering carbon from the air at the same time that it is replenishing the soil, but the plant itself does so many different things. And bioplastics is just one of those opportunities. So they'll be very much on the ground floor being able to watch these things as they develop.
Biodegradable plastics made from hemp not only bring an economic boost to the state, but could also help the environment.
You know, the university is about partnerships. It's about responding to community needs, and there's a huge need in the world around us to take better advantage of opportunities to focus on the sustainability of our environment, and I think this does all of that. This is not only good economically for the state and the country, but it's also really a positive step as it relates to protecting our environment.
The new center is aimed to be up and running in late 2023 and will give researchers all the facilities they will need to create various types of recyclable and environmentally friendly hemp plastics. Georgia Clark, Troy, TrojanVision News.
A major part of the Sorrell College of Business now has a new name. It was named for a man whose accounting firm has given hundreds of Troy graduates their start in the business. Madison Arnold has the story.
Troy University's School of Accountancy is now known as the William H. Carr School of Accountancy. The new name was officially announced Thursday afternoon. The school was named for Carr due to the long relationship Carr's accounting firm, Carr, Riggs & Ingram, has had with the university.
I'm just so blessed to have a great relationship with Carr, Riggs & Ingram and Bill through the years. They've hired hundreds of our graduates and so many of the partners in that firm. He's meant a lot to our university and to our program. Bill started interviewing students here in 1997, and you know, we were discussing some of the changes that's happened through time here at Troy, and our program has improved. It's one of 100 accounting programs in the country that has AACSB specialized accreditation, and so we're just extremely proud of what we're doing in accounting, and this only adds to the value.
Edwards says naming the school adds prestige to the program, and it being associated with such a well-known accountant contributes even more.
For us in a business school setting, I mean, having a named school of accountancy, particularly someone like Bill Carr, really helps raise the stature of our programs. It ties kind of the core beliefs of Bill with what we do in the School of Accountancy, having strong ethical accounting program, and again, it's just a great honor for us to have it in the Sorrell College of Business.
Troy alumnus and partner with Carr, Riggs & Ingram, Doug Mims, says the Thursday's announcement was the end of a process that started over a decade ago.
Well, this is a culmination of something that took place, quite frankly, almost 20 years ago. Bill Carr made a gift at that time and had a gentleman's agreement with the chancellor that when the time was right, we would change the name of the School of Accountancy. And so Bill didn't want to do it until he was closer to retirement and getting out of our firm so as not to alienate other firms. So today is when we unveil William H. Carr School of Accountancy, and I think it's monumental for our firm. It's a great tribute to Bill and his career and his family, and I think it means a lot to the southeastern United States, quite frankly, and the accounting profession as a whole.
Madison Arnold, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The next big small business idea may come from an entrepreneur that hasn't even started high school. Well, that's the thought behind a new program being offered in local schools by Troy's Small Business Development Center. Emma Ellis has the details.
Troy University's Small Business Development Center is working on spreading lessons in entrepreneurship to Troy City schools with a new program starting this school year.
The program is a partnership between the Troy SBDC and Troy City School, where They apply for a grant. We partner to develop the curriculum, and the kids in 7th grade are going to start learning about entrepreneurship as a career choice. So they're going to start learning how to draft a business plan, market research, what do I need to do to formalize my business, and even basics of credit. So they can have those foundations to become self-employed when they graduate.
Bolivar says that the program will help young people learn about what's available locally to help with their business ideas.
I think kids have different talents and they can monetize them, they can make a business out of that. They just don't know what resources do we have in the community? Who can help me? Who can give me that information? But if they have the basic skills and they know that we are a resource here locally, definitely they can succeed. You know, they can grab those resources, understand what they need to do to become successful.
The program is starting small this year, but the plan is to expand to more schools in the future.
This is a pilot program that we're running in partnership with the local school, but other school districts have expressed interest, and definitely we want to learn the experience first, where to get the funding. We develop the curriculum, and then how to apply it. You know, the train the teacher is such a key part of our program because we need to know what else they need to have in order to succeed and transfer those skills to the students.
Bolivar says local economies should be able to see a benefit from teaching young entrepreneurs early.
In Alabama, we have more than 99% of our businesses are considered small by the SBA. However, a lot of that is informal. So if we can transition those kids, those local talents into formal small businesses, our local economy is winning.
Emma Ellis, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We'll take a short break, but when we return, we'll see how Troy students can improve their professional wardrobe for free. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it. If I give my heart to it.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Troy University's All Majors Career Fair is returning to an in-person format this fall. And with the prospect of meeting face-to-face with potential future employers, students have an opportunity to pick up some professional attire free of charge. Mackenzie Foster tells us how.
Troy University's Career Closet is making a comeback. The Career Closet is a selection of clothing that is available to students that are in need of professional clothing for job interviews, work, or any other professional events. The Career Closet has been closed for quite some time due to COVID, but now Troy University's Career Services has brought it back in order to help students out.
It's completely free to you, and it's donated from our professors and people in the community, so definitely take advantage of it. It's really hard to afford like a full suit sometimes, and we have those available for students who have interviews coming up or any kind of presentations that they have, and they just don't have those funds to buy those clothes. So that's what this closet is for, to really help our students.
Students that are interested in taking a look at the Career Closet will be able to do so starting Friday. The closet is located on the 3rd floor of John Robert Lewis Hall. Students are limited to 3 articles of clothing per semester.
We're actually open 3 days a week now on campus, so we're open on Monday afternoons, we're open Wednesdays during midday, so from 11 to 2, and then Friday mornings we're open. And if those times aren't working for them, they can schedule on Handshake a separate appointment time as well.
For any faculty and staff members that would like to donate any professional clothing to the Career Closet, will be able to during the 2nd and 3rd week of November. Mackenzie Foster, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Troy University's homecoming game is just over a month away. However, Troy Student Government Association is already getting ready for all the activities leading up to the big game. Georgia Clark has a story.
Homecoming week contests are typically reserved for Greek organizations, but this year the Homecoming Committee is taking on a new strategy to get more students involved in the competition.
So this year we're so excited to be able to have two different divisions for homecoming. So we're going to have the Trojan Division and the T-War Division. So the Trojan Division is going to be any larger organizations that have been maybe involved with homecoming in the past or want to get involved this year, but have a lot of students in their organization to do it. So they will participate in all of the traditional homecoming events such as dance, skit, banner, float, all of those fun things. But also we wanted to give those smaller organizations opportunity to get involved because this is about everyone at Troy. So the smaller organizations will compete in a division called the T-Roy Division. What that means is that they will have different events that they're a part of. So we're gonna have a digital poster competition. They're gonna be a part of our philanthropy event, our Chalk the Quad event.
The amphitheater has been home to many homecoming events, and with homecoming happening the second week of October, the committee is working hard to get these divisions ready to compete.
We will have our first informational meeting September 7th at 5 o'clock in Patterson 205. Anyone wanting to get involved with homecoming is able to come to this meeting. We're just going to kind of go over what it's going to look like this year, the ways they can get involved. If they want to attend that meeting, then they'll be able to sign up using that homecoming registration form for their organization.
Not only have the divisions been announced, but also this year's theme, which gives students a chance to show off their gaming skills.
So the theme this year is Game On Trojans, which we're super excited about. So what we thought that we would just give an overall theme but have lots of different aspects to it. So this year with Game On, we're doing all aspects of Game On. So whether that's board games, video games, just any kind of sports related things. So all of our competitions will have different themes that relate to Game On.
Homecoming week starts October 9th with parade float judging and will wrap up October 15th at 2:30 when Troy goes head to head with Texas State at the Vet. Georgia Clark, Troy, TrojanVision News.
All last week, Troy University's Chi Omega sorority was raising money for Make-A-Wish. As a part of that effort, things got chilly for some of the sisters. Emma Ellis shows us why.
Thursday, Chi Omega beat the heat with a new event to support Make-A-Wish Alabama.
Today we are doing Ice Ice Baby for Make-A-Wish. Basically, people can donate money and they can choose to either dunk a sister in the dunk booth or they can pour ice water over a sister's head. I got ice water poured over my head today, and all the money that we raised today goes straight to Make-A-Wish Alabama to help grant wish for children.
A lot of planning went into this week, as it was the first philanthropy week of the year for Troy Greek organizations.
School started not too long ago, so we kind of had to hit it full speed when school started, getting planning, but we've done some percentage nights throughout the week. We call those the spirit nights at local restaurants, so those have been a great hit, and we also did a volleyball tournament.
To the Sisters of Chi Omega, getting to see how Make-A-Wish helps children with critical illnesses makes all of their efforts worthwhile.
Make-A-Wish is super important to me. I've had some friends and family that I've known that they had some friends and one of their daughters had a wish granted to her. And what's super important is that one of my best friends has a friend. She was doing swim lessons to her, stuff like that, and she had a wish granted. And they got to go on a trip to Disney World, and she got to meet Elsa and Anna. So she told that story to our chapter at Wish Week chapter, and that just made a beautiful impact on everyone. And like I told them at chapter, like, hey, we're not just raising money just to get a big number up. We really want to make an impact on girls and guys' lives, those children who need those wishes.
To me, Make-A-Wish has grown really near and dear to my heart over the past 4 years. It's just amazing to see the impact that we have on not only the children's but the families' lives, and get to actually see in person like what we do when we grant a wish, and we actually get to see the impact that it makes.
Emma Ellis, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, we'll get a preview of the home debut of the John Summerall-led Trojans, so don't touch that dial.
We all dream. But dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
Many of Troy University's international students are still learning about certain aspects of college life in America, and many of them got a chance to learn about involvement in fraternities and sororities thanks to the International Students Cultural Organization. Mackenzie Foster has that story.
Troy University's International Student Cultural Organization is known for usually talking about a physical place and the culture behind it. But at their weekly meeting, they discussed the history and culture behind Greek life and the bonds of sisterhood and brotherhood. The ISCO president, Elena Pody, says that with the upcoming events that happen in the fall at Troy University, it was important for international students to get familiar with something that has a big presence on campus.
Culture is culture, whether you're talking about a group or a country or a people group. And so, especially when it's such an involvement on campus, it was just important that they got to understand, got to know what that meant.
ISCO brought in a few members of Troy University's Greek organizations to speak on their prospective sororities or fraternities that they take pride in being a part of. Not only were the guest speakers there to put their own Greek organizations in the spotlight, but they also spoke on how being in a Greek organization is more than just the letters that they come with.
I think Greek life just as a whole was really important for other people to hear about. Greek life can get a bad rap sometimes. So really explaining about what we're about. We are social fraternities, sororities, but we do really aim to better our community and what we live around.
I think coming in as an international student is kind of confusing. They don't really know what it is about or like what we stand for and what we hold true like in our values. And so I think it was really important to come and talk to them and just let them know more about us and our activities and stuff and our philanthropies that we hold and the meaning that we have of being on campus.
ISCO's next event will be next Thursday. It will be the celebration of the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Last Saturday was the start of the Trojan football season. However, Trojan spirit was full force all across campus leading up to the game as the entire state was celebrating College Colors Day to kick off football season. Savannah Sepp gives us a look at how it was celebrated on the Troy campus.
Cardinal, silver, and black. These three colors could be seen all over campus today as Troy joined the celebration of College Colors Day. Governor Kay Ivey recently proclaimed that September 2nd would be the date for schools to wear their colors with pride. College Colors Day marks the start of the collegiate football season across Southeast Alabama, and the Troy Trojans will celebrate their Labor Day weekend with a matchup against Ole Miss in Oxford, Mississippi. The Alabama Higher Education Partnership promotes this day as a celebration of the college experience, as well as the successes of public universities within the state.
Alabama's 14 public universities have a $12.50 return for every dollar invested. Let's celebrate the difference we make for our state.
The Trojan football team has no shortage of support for their first game of the season, as many students could be seen in their Cardinal around campus, and the SGA prepares for a retreat where they will travel to Oxford to support the team.
The College Colors Day is just an opportunity for us as students to unite and get ready and excited for game day and just show our Troy spirit. I think it's really important that we show our support and that our Trojans know that the entire school is behind them and we're cheering for them and we'll be there for them.
The university bookstore is filled with Trojan swag for anyone looking to stock up for future College Colors Days and, of course, game days. The Trojans will hit the field on Saturday at 3 p.m. in Vaughn Hemingway Stadium. Savannah Sapp, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And this weekend marks the home debut of the John Sumrall-led Troy Trojans. And there was a lot of excitement about the first game in the Vet from both Sumrall and the Trojans. Dylan Seymour has the story.
The Trojan football team is getting ready for the first home game of the John Sumrall era, taking on Alabama A&M on Saturday, a game Sumrall says his team will be ready for.
We're excited about getting to play in front of our fans, getting to play in our stadium,
and playing a good football team. Connell Maynard's the head coach there. They were 7-3 last year. They won their last 4 games. They've probably got more FBS transfers than any team in the country. I think it's 27, or the number's pretty high. You look at their roster and it's scattered with guys that have been at Power 5 schools and Group of 5 schools the last few years.
Even though Alabama A&M is an FCS program, Summerall says there is no reason for the Trojans to take them lightly.
I mean, to me, I don't get caught up in SEC, G5, FCS. We're all football teams playing a game, and to me, you play in college football, man, you get 12 regular season opportunities. And if you even think about relaxing or not having a sense of urgency and preparation for any one of those 12 opportunities, man, you are out of your mind. Like, to me, target on our back, we're 0-1, and we got to win a game. We need to win game one, our first game. And so I don't care who we're playing. I don't care where we're playing them. I don't care what league they are or aren't in. I want to see our guys go compete with effort and physicality and strain.
Summerall says he can't wait to be able to play for the fans in the vet and excited for the atmosphere that the stadium will bring to the game.
We've got, I think, one of the premier Group of 5 college football environments. Our stadium is as good as anybody's out there. Our fan base is outstanding. I'm really excited to see our fans turn out for our players. I want to create an atmosphere that can give our players an advantage on game day. I'll be amped up. I'll be ready to go. But more importantly, I'll be focused on just making sure we do the things we need to do to win the football game and play the game the right way.
Dylan Seymour, TrojanVision Sports.
It's time for our last break, but when we return, we'll learn how a former Miss Troy University is preparing to represent the state of Alabama on the national stage. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
For over 70 years, Smokey Bear has asked you to use fire responsibly.
Fire is due to an unattended campfire. Go time.
Here's how you can stay on the front lines of preventing wildfires. Always watch your campfire before leaving. Drown it, stir it, drown it again, and feel that the fire is out cold.
Oh, bullseye!
And you won't need a visit from these guys.
Copy that.
You can be Smokey's wingman when enjoying nature and prevent wildfires. Visit SmokeyBear.com for more fire prevention tips.
A former Miss Troy University will soon be representing the state of Alabama in a new national pageant. We'll learn more about it in this week's Trojan Talk. Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today is Madison Neal, Miss Alabama volunteer, but before that she was Miss Troy University, and welcome back home. She got her start here in the TrojanVision News studio. We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit, but first, just thanks for joining us here today.
I'm so glad to be here, and thank you for having me.
And we're here to talk about the fact that you are Miss Alabama Volunteer. It's a pageant that maybe some folks are not familiar with. First off, let's just talk about the pageant and the fact that you're going to be representing Alabama in a national pageant here.
I'm so honored to wear Alabama across my chest. It's something that I've worked for, for almost my whole life. And now I have the opportunity to serve and create a legacy. It's a newer organization. Allison DeMarcus started this in 2019. And Miss Volunteer America is an organization that really focuses on service. The name volunteerism says it all, right? But they want a well-rounded young woman who has a heart for service, has a talent that she can showcase. We still have interview and evening gown and fitness and wellness, all of the traditional phases of competition, but the 5 points of the crown spell out the word serve. So I absolutely love that. It's the reason that I continue to compete in this organization so that I can travel around the state of Alabama and make a difference.
And I know service is a big deal, and I know throughout and I've been following your pageant life since you were here at school, but the service part of that and your platform has been a big deal for you. And talk about that and how that has kind of shaped your path in the pageant world.
It absolutely has. So as Miss Troy University, I would say new in being willing and able to use my voice to raise awareness for addiction. It was something I wasn't always comfortable talking about, but my family was impacted that, and I know so many Alabamians are struggling with that or know someone who's struggling with that. So I think it's been a really beautiful story. Since I was here at Troy, I've been able to travel the state and partner with different agencies. I speak to school kids and raise awareness. My platform, the name of it is Silencing the Stigma Addiction Awareness, and I do what I do because of the kids, honestly. While I do want to help people who are battling addiction and give them resources to find rehabilitation, and I raise funds and awareness for that, it's all about the kids to me. When I travel to a school for Red Ribbon Week and I speak to a class of 500 students and I talk to them about overcoming their circumstances, and I ask them to raise their hand if one of them has been affected by addiction, and you see a sea of hands in a crowd, an assembly go up of 4th and 5th graders. That is what does it for me and why I chose to compete, because I wanted to be able to take this platform statewide and just be a role model for those little kids, because I didn't necessarily have someone who was standing up saying, yeah, this is in my home. And I felt really alone and isolated. So I just want to be that for so many young people.
And of course, and to be part of a pageant system that is kind of focused in that goal, it kind of gives you that outlet that you may have never thought you were going to have the opportunity to get at this level, right?
It's a dream come true. I mean, you say that, but no, I really didn't know that it was possible for me. And now to be able to compete on a national stage and represent Alabama, it's just an honor.
And of course, it all started here. And we had the background. I still say started here because it literally started here on campus. And for folks out there who don't know, she is a graduate of the Whole School of Journalism. She was a TrojanVision news anchor and reporter for us here, and got here. And now you're in Huntsville working for 19 up there.
Yes.
And loving to see how your career has blossomed from there. So, but it just makes us proud that you're representing us on so many different levels.
I would not be where I am today without Troy University, without a doubt. It shaped me as a journalist, it shaped me as a human, it gave me leadership abilities, and everything that I learned here in the Hall School of Journalism is what got me to where I am, coupled with my time as Miss Troy University giving me the confidence to step into that first job out of college in Huntsville. So truly, this is my home away from home, and I'm so glad to just be back on campus seeing everyone.
Well, we're glad to have you back, but now what's up next for you? Where you've won this one, where do you go? What's the schedule like?
So I have this title for an entire year, which I'm so excited about. My calendar is already filling up. So I'll be traveling the state, working with my platform, my personal platform of addiction awareness. The system, the Miss Alabama Volunteer Organization, is partnering with child advocacy centers across Alabama. So I will be raising awareness for that, and then also getting ready for the national competition, which is next summer in June, and it'll be in Jackson, Tennessee. So if you want me for an appearance, book me now.
And it's going to be even busier as you get closer. Well, once again, congratulations. Welcome back. And looking forward to bringing you back when you're Miss Volunteer America. How about that?
Absolutely.
We're going to book it right now.
Right now. All right. And go Trojans, always.
Go Trojans. Thanks for joining us. And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk. And that's the week that was. To find out what's happening on a daily basis, you can tune into Troy TrojanVision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30, Monday through Friday. Or you can visit us anytime on the Troy TrojanVision News blog at today.troy.edu/TrojanVision to see online content from Troy TrojanVision News anytime. And until next time, have a good week.